Okay, I'm ready. You
Let's
guys
get
ready?
started. Let's do it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the pod presented by Northwest Health Services. I'm Corey.
This is Tanner.
And we are your hosts. This is our 6th episode officially. It's going fast and going strong. So anyway, today we have a special guest in our studio, Miss Cheyenne from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Greater St. Joseph.
Nice.
Got to get the greater in there.
Yes.
So welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming over on this very stormy morning.
It was hard to get out of bed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Did you see it was green outside?
No, I didn't get out of bed in time for that, I
Oh,
guess.
I'm jealous. We were here pretty early, unfortunately.
Yes, we were.
I was like, our office back here has 3 big windows, and the whole time, like, I shut the lights off and everything and just turned my lamp on. I made Tanner turn his lamp on because we share an office. And I was like, I just want to watch the storm. And then there's a back door, so I kept opening it and doing the whole Midwest thing where you go just stare
stand
at the
out there.
rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't take cover. Just go stand outside
Right.
and watch it.
Exactly. It's fine.
But it was funny because Kristen, my wife, texted me during the storm, and Taya, our 2-year-old, she said that Taya was doing the same thing this morning, was staring out the door at it like mesmerized. And Kristen said she's definitely your kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Kristen's terrified of storms.
Yeah.
So, and so is Tanner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see a tornado.
No, well, I do maybe from a distance. I'd be okay with it from a distance.
Yeah. See?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, put it in a field where no one
I'm
gets
telling you,
hurt.
it's a normal thing to want to see one.
Yeah, I mean,
As long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
yeah, I just don't want to hurt anyone or destroy their homes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we don't want that either, Tanner. We're not monsters.
Okay. Well, things are clarifying.
we had a tornado at our Mound City clinic like 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever heard about that, but it touched down like literally right next to the clinic parking lot and just went right through the parking lot through the corner of our building and took out, there's like an awning out front that you can drop people off for their appointments. Took that out, took the flagpole out, like all this stuff. And I didn't believe it at first. I wasn't up there when it happened, but it was all over the news the next day and they had like pictures of it. And I'm like, dang, I missed my chance.
Yeah, you could have seen one.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been up there working that day.
Dang.
So I'm hoping I get another chance, but that it's safe.
From a very safe distance.
Yeah.
A very safe distance.
Don't take out any of our clinics, please.
Anyways, enough of tornadoes. Cheyenne's here, and we're here to talk about Big Brothers Big Sisters and what you guys do. I think most people are probably aware
Yeah, I
of
think.
kind of the concept.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's more information that could be shared, and I know we've talked in the past about partnering, and we've sent info to our staff about how they can become a big brother, big sister.
Mm-hmm. I've also personally messaged you and said, you should be a big brother.
Yes, I told Tanner this morning, I said, she's asked me to do it, and I will do it eventually.
You know, I always say, like, it isn't the best time in everyone's life at all times to be a big, because it is a commitment. It's, it's not a small deal. So it's not a huge time commitment. It's just like a couple hours a week. But again, a lot of people have really full lives. I know you have young kids.
Yeah.
So I'm never into pressuring anyone. And I think I probably could use someone on my staff that's a little more pressury than me. But I like to present an opportunity because it is a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And, but
I'll
I don't
come over there and pressure people for you. I just won't do it.
Yeah, I'm not good at the sell, because I don't think it needs sold, and I don't think it is for everyone. And it isn't like, I do have friends in my life that I've reached out to. I haven't reached out to all of my friends because bless them, but not all of them would be great pigs.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's kind of like is it like being a temporary parent?
It's not. The way I like to explain it is like being a cool uncle or a cool aunt. You don't have the responsibilities to take care of them, but you're just kind of, I don't know if you had any aunts or uncles that just made you feel really important. I did. And so I do. Mm-hmm. And, it's just like they see you in a different way because they have the capacity, because they're not spinning a million plates, or they're not, just trying to get through to the next thing, they can just come kind of take you away and be interested in what you're talking about. I try so hard with my kids when they're like talking about things that I don't understand or I don't care about, like games, and I'm just like trying to make my eyes focus when they're like talking about Pokemon or whatever. But it's easier when it's not something that's happening all of the time.
Yeah.
So I see it as that, as just like a cool aunt or a cool uncle coming to spend time with them, and just giving them full attention, looking at them in the faces and making sure they know how important they are to them. So so I'll just give you like a quick, like, what if you're
go for it.
So our mission is to create and support one-to-one friendships with a big who is a community volunteer and a child who is wanting a volunteer mentor. Mm-hmm. So our littles have to want to be in the program. No one can force them to. We even when we go to their house and talk to them, we ask them, like, do you know what this means? Is this something you want to do? And if they say no, we say, okay, if you change your mind, let us know and we'll come back and talk to you. And we've had parents like, no, they're doing it. And we're like, they have to want to do it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, our volunteers are such an important resource to us, and beyond them being a resource, we put a lot of resources into making sure that they are a safe volunteer. So we do background checks, we do reference checks, we do interviews and home interviews and things like that. So it does take a lot of time and energy. Mm-hmm. And we have littles that are waiting for a big. So it's like, if you don't want a big, then we're not going to give you one of our volunteers when they could be with another
There's
little.
others who want.
Exactly.
Who are wanting it.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't even remember where I was.
It's kind of like getting set up to go to church camp, but a little more detailed. It sounds like.
Yeah, I could.
Like when I had to be a leader at church camp
Yes.
for youth, and they do all the background checks.
Yes,
on you.
yeah, it is similar. Yeah, definitely, it's similar to that. So, safety is our number one concern. So we're just making sure that our bigs are safe for our littles, and we do that in every way we can. Mm-hmm. So, once they're matched with a little, they just hang out with them a couple hours a week. A lot of times, these friendships evolve like all friendships do. So like maybe you match with your little when they're 8, and then you kind of grow up with them. They grow up, and then they're 14 and they're doing sports and stuff like that, and they don't have really the time to hang out with you weekly. That's okay. It can evolve into different things that you're just there for them. You're maybe going to their sports events and taking them out for ice cream or something after. So all of these relationships that we have seen over the years, they just evolve like any other friendship. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is something that you didn't realize you liked to do when you first started being matched. So we match based on interests and personalities and preferences. So if our big is really into music and really into going to concerts and things like that, and our little has no interest in anything like that, we want to give them a space where they can at least spring off from to build that friendship. Mm-hmm. So, if a little is really into sports, we want a big that has at least some interest in sports.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I wouldn't want to be. I have zero interest in sports.
Right.
So like if I was matched with a little who's like, oh, I want to go to all these baseball games and football games. Like,
I need to be matched up with a different coworker.
Oh please.
Kidding. I always have to give Tanner a hard time. We talk sports. Well, I talk sports, and Tanner's just like, oh.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's important to match them with someone who's similar and has similar interests. That's really important. Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah. So it's not like, Timmy is on our waiting list and, Tanner is going to be a big, but they don't match up. Mm-hmm. We may match someone who's been on the waiting list a shorter amount of time. Yeah. Just because we want that relationship to be successful.
For sure.
We have a lot of kids who have had trauma in their lives, and sometimes a big's trauma really matches up with a little's trauma, and they're there to support them. Sometimes it matches up too closely, and the big is like, I don't feel comfortable with, I'm not to the point in my life and in my journey with my trauma that I can be that support to them. So when we process a big, and Clara and I, it's basically just the two of us full-time in our office. Clara is our match support specialist, which is another huge piece of it, is making the match and supporting the match. Mm-hmm. So once you make the match, you are not on your own. You're never on your own. So we ask our bigs and littles both to give us a year, even if it's hard. Sometimes relationships and friendships are like quickly your fast friends. And sometimes it takes a little time to develop. So we ask our bigs and littles, like, get to know each other for a year. And then, you know, we'll make that decision from there. Most of the times it just breezes past that year mark and no one even thinks anything.
Yeah.
I think our average match is over 3 years. And we have matches that it's so cute. Like you have their match picture when they're 8 and then their graduation picture when they're 18 and they've been matched that whole time. And it's really awesome. Precious.
Aww.
We've had matches that the child has been in foster care and have gone through different foster parents, and the big has just remained consistent with them. And
that's
so
crazy.
That's so important.
Yeah, so
like
they're the
having
ones
that stability and that consistency in their life.
Yeah, and so they're the ones that kind of helped him navigate how to go from being in the system as a child to being in the system as like a 17, 18-year-old, and you know, navigating getting their own apartment, navigating, like they helped him learn how to drive, how to get a checking account, you know, all those things that our parents do that that when a child's in foster care, it maybe isn't as you know, given to them as much as it is to some of us that were luckier. So they really played a huge role in that. So, you know, there are matches that person does kind of slide into that. And there are matches where they really just take them out and have fun. Like we just go out. We don't do a lot. We don't, you know, maybe neither the big or little talk much. We had a match last week that had this like little boy and this man, and Claire and I were like, we try to, you know, break the ice and stuff with them, you know, because when everyone meets and you're meeting the parent and the little, and for the first time, it's like everyone's nerves are like there. So Claire and I always are like over talking. We're like, so what do you like to do? And these two were just like very calm and like stoic, but then they would like look at each other and talk. You know, one of them was like, well, where will you be going on your vacation? This little teeny tiny child. And then we said, what's your emergency contact? I mean, this is a little boy, little, I think he may be 7.
Wow.
And so we're like, what is a good emergency contact for you? And the mom said the name, and he said, I think it should be someone who lives in town, Mom. And so he's
this
like,
kid's smarter
he's
than
like,
mom.
How about so-and-so? And she's like, that is a better idea. And it was really so cute. And these two just like, you know, sometimes we do these matches and we're like, man, we did good.
Yeah.
We did really good. And it's really sweet. And sometimes it does take a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's always our favorite part, match nights. We have a match night tonight, actually.
Oh, fun.
And it's our favorite thing just to see them, because then you hang, like, so we give the summary to the big once they're processed. And truly from the time we meet you, Claire and I are like, what do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think would be good? And we're like, oh, well, so-and-so, because we have a soft place in our heart for all these littles that we've met. And so we kind of look through it, and then sometimes we offer 2 littles, or sometimes we're just like, we really think this one little would be really good for you. And we're open to the big saying, you know what, I would like to read another summary just to see if I connect with someone else a little bit better. Our littles don't know you're getting the summary. So it's not like Jimmy's like, I hope Tanner picks me, you know, but and at that point we're like, please just let us know if there's anything in the summary that causes pause. You know, is it something that we can train you through, or is it something that, you know, maybe this isn't the best match. And I always appreciate when bigs come back with that and are like honest and like, I don't know how to handle it. Not that I have a problem with it. I just don't know how I would handle it. And we have such great resources. We have a trauma-informed care specialist in Kansas City. We're a satellite of Kansas City anyway, so we love to go there when we want to feel cool.
Yeah.
Because they have just the coolest space. And
so they help you guys with
they help us with a lot of stuff, Yeah, they help us with we go through so much training through them. We there's a lady who works there. She's the COO. Her name's Erica, and she used to live in St. Joe. So she has like a huge heart for St. Joe and is like such a help to me. I mean, I can really honestly message her at any moment and she'll help me. And so we have great support there. So this trauma-informed care specialist is available to us, available to our bigs, because there's times when it's just like something big happens or something kind of like, I don't know how to handle this. You know, the first time you have to hotline someone that you care about, and the little is like, don't tell, please don't tell. But you're like, I have to, because I know it's the right thing and you don't want to break that trust. And I've personally had to hotline from just not even related to Big Brothers Big Sisters, but I'm a mandated reporter, so I had seen something in the community that I was like, I have to hotline it. And Clara, who's our match support specialist, is like, I'll do it with you. Like she's such a support. She's just like, I'll do it with you. And so she's great. There's very little hotlining having to happen with Big Brothers Big Sisters, because if you think about the parents want the kids to be involved. Everyone wants it to be involved. So if there's something that they're trying to hide, it's not like they're going to really seek out extra adults in their life.
How do the kids get involved? Are these like, do they have to apply to be in the program? Are there requirements for the kids to become a little, I guess?
That is a good question, Corey. Our littles are...
Can I send my 2-year-old? I mean, I'm trying to get her off of her pacifier right now.
You just send her to me. I'll take care of it. I'm just kidding. Milo had a pacifier until he was like 4 or
That's
something.
Great to hear. Thank you.
Yes, he's fine.
Tell my wife.
Kristen.
Yes.
She's fine.
we like started trying to get, I mean, she's only 2, but we kind of started trying last week and it's not going well. So.
We did the you can have it in bed, or you can have it on the stairs. He could even like sit on the stairs and have it.
Yeah, we've kind of done that. I've like cut the ends of them. Like people say that doesn't work. Anyway, I'll just send her to you guys.
So you have, hopefully by the time she's 7, we enroll from 7 to 14. So hopefully she'll have it under control by then.
Okay, so 7 is the youngest age. Okay.
And they just have to want to be in the program. That's it. We used to have, not just us, we used to have bigger, more strict rules, like from a single parent household, or like a setting where they're living with the grandparent, foster care. But now it's just kids who show a demonstrated need for a mentor, which is basically if someone wants one.
Yeah.
And some of our littles have incarcerated parents. Some of our littles live with their grandparents. Let me tell you, in this community, there are some amazing grandparents that have stepped up to the plate and take care of these kids. And it's, you can see it as both sides, like, oh, well, the parent isn't doing this or that, but the grandparent is. And I think that's really cool. So the kid just has to want to be a part of it. I think every child really benefits from as many adults that love them in their life as they can possibly have. I have very supportive parents, and just like another adult saying the exact same thing that my parents said, because my parents didn't know anything, from the time I was 13 to 23. Like, they just didn't know anything. Suddenly they do now. But so having another voice in that time, just saying and I have been a youth leader in my life, and so I see a lot of benefit in that as well. So it's just a cool thing for kids to see another adult say the same thing as their parents. And for some reason, it means more.
Oh, it's validation for them.
Yes.
It's like, I'll go back. I use Kristen a lot as an example. Like, I'll tell her, like, oh, that's probably not the best idea. And then she goes and does it anyway. And then one of her friends will be like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. And she's like, oh, that's what Corey said. Oh. I'm like, oh, maybe next time.
But you always...
But there's that validation that people need for certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never want to hear it from, your parent or your significant other. You really want an outside source, kind of.
Yeah.
Someone who you trust. And you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like Caleb, for example. I love Caleb. And I like interior design, and I don't think Caleb has the best eye for it. Okay, so
oh boy,
so Caleb hopefully doesn't listen to this.
We won't send this one to
him. But I'm like, so I seek out my friend Gabriel, who also loves interior design and has an eye for it. So the first person I contact is Gabriel.
Gabe Barton.
Yeah.
Gabe Barton. Yeah. So I seek him for advice and things like that. And then usually, sometimes it doesn't happen a lot, but Gabe will agree with what Caleb says. And so Caleb's like, so you should have just listened to me. I'm like, yeah, but I just need that other validation thing. So I get it 100%. Yeah. Everyone does.
Is this a good time to talk about the table?
No.
Okay.
He's like, there's never a good time.
Oh my God, Gabe, cut that out.
Oh my. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Tell you later. Gabe knows about it. Gabe edits these podcasts, so.
Hi, Gabe.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later. Okay, so if somebody's kid is interested, do they fill out an application on your website or?
Yeah, there's an application on our website. They can call us. they can email me, and then we'll get that application started.
Okay.
So yeah, it really is just they have to want to be involved.
And we can put your email in the
awesome
description of this podcast and stuff online,
Yeah.
so that people can reach out and get connected.
Yeah, we enroll from 7 to 14, but if someone is matched at 14, we continue to support the match until they graduate high school, and then we just hope you're grown-up friends, So
Yeah, then it's like you're on your
Yeah.
own.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But there's so much benefit of being part of the program besides having your big. Like, we have so many resources. We're a partner of United Way, and so we get to see like what other things that our community has to offer. So that's really great. We also are a partner of Care Portal. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Care Portal, but that would be such a good person for you guys to talk to. I'll get you her information from Care Portal. But it's a cool thing that connects the needs of the community to people who are wanting to help. So, there's people who want to help, but they just don't know how. How do I help? And so Care Portal does that. And there's a lot of churches that are involved in it, and then individuals can also be involved in it. So we put in a request, like we'll say child needs a bed, and we send it out, and then we get an email back that says so-and-so has filled this request, and then we get to give them. So we have, beds. We've given through them people like washing machines and dryers, clothes, food. We try with like food and things like that to direct them to the resources in the community. But there are times when it's just kind of like a quick kind of an emergency situation.
Yeah, send that to us, because we just did a podcast yesterday. We interviewed our community health workers we have here, and they do all that stuff. And they were just telling us yesterday about a program they're starting called Pop-Up Produce.
Oh, that's cool.
So every Wednesday they're going to hand out food at the libraries.
Oh, that's cool.
In town, but they also have pantries on site at our clinics, so
that's cool.
People can utilize those anytime.
That's awesome.
And there's no ties to it.
Yeah.
There's no requirements.
That's cool. Yeah. So that's called Care Portal, and it's really, really been a benefit to us. I think we started being a partner with them in 2020, and it's just been great because, usually the people who want to be bigs are very soft-hearted people, and they want to help, and so they see a need, and it's just like, I want to give these child shoes, or I want to do this. But we want their relationships to not have the pressure of feeling like they have to provide for them. We don't want that. We just don't want that to be what the relationship turns into.
Right.
And we don't want it to be that like littles see like care connected to like giving things.
Yeah.
It's just like that relationship and the time that you're giving. So before it was just like, let us know and we'll see what we can do. But now like we will take care of them. So the way you can help them is just let us know what they need, and we will take it from there.
Right. Okay, cool.
So that helps with the bigs to have to like to not feel the pressure, because if you love this little one and they have like shoes that their
you
toes
start
are
buying your little Air Jordans every week, they're gonna be
and they have siblings, and they have and you don't want to cause any sort of stir there either.
Probably that would become unhealthy at that point.
Yeah. So we do have that, and so that's a benefit of it. We get tickets for the Royals games. Tanner, if you ever want a ticket to a Royals game.
Sign me
up. If anybody's going to become a big right now, it would be him. And Caleb.
We have, just so you know, we have.
You do couples?
Yes, we have. I was going to say we have big brothers, big sisters, and big couples.
See?
And
you're not going to adopt right now, but.
You guys could be a big couple.
Get a little taste.
Yeah, we encourage same-sex couples as well. So.
Tanner's like, I can't believe you just threw me under the bus.
I'm gonna get your information.
Oh yes.
But we do have a lot of littles that could really benefit from seeing someone who is living in a successful life and has kind of passed the hard part of the hard part of life. Sometimes that's I'm sure you've experienced some tough stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we have littles that you would be able to be a better big to them than anybody at all, because they could just, see.
They could play with your dog.
Play with your dog. Oh my gosh, our littles love dogs.
Shotzi loves children.
We'll do it for
Shotzi. What else can I say to sell him on it?
Yeah. So we, one of the examples that I've heard about being a big, what that is we talk about like doing a puzzle. Like, everyone loves a good puzzle, especially if it's like winter and you're, don't have anything else to do. And so I feel confident that I could do a puzzle. Like, smart woman. So like, but everyone has their way they do the puzzle, and they like, make their stack of, they do their corners, and make, if you're not a maniac, you do the outside, and then you have your stack of blue that's going to be the sky probably, and whatever. And everyone has their way of doing it. But one important part of that is the box and having a reference. And so we say like, that's kind of what a big is a reference. We could have littles that don't have a reference in their life of a healthy same-sex marriage or a same-sex couple, and you could be that example to them that exists, and I mean, just a healthy couple at all, but just saying like, this is possible for me. This life is possible for me, and it's possible to be beautiful. It's possible to get past the hard part, and it's possible. So, being the box, being the reference is so important, because doing it without it, I mean, I could, but I'm pretty special. So, but I'm just saying like, it's harder, it's just harder. So, we want our bigs to just show kids what is possible for their life. Yeah. What's a different story that their life could tell.
That's a good way to look at it. Do you guys ever get a family of like 2 kids, and then do you keep them together, or you recommend like separating them?
So I forgot to ask a question, and it leads into this, is how do we get our littles?
Yes.
A lot of our littles have seen family members, or they kind of live in an apartment complex where they see their bigs going to pick them up, or we have good relationships with a lot of the counselors in our school system that see like need. We have a relationship with Family Guidance Center. So we have relationships with them that they can say like, what would be beneficial to you, I think, and they will recommend us. But the most the way we get them the most is the siblings. So I mean, we have siblings that are matched, and then like one turns 7, and it's like, it's my turn,
Okay, yeah.
But we don't put them together. It's 1-to-1, or like if it's a big couple, it's 2-to-1.
Gotcha.
So it just gives them time away.
Yeah.
We have some of our bigger families that the parent is very busy, making a living for the family. So the older sibling ends up kind of taking a role of a caregiver. Well, if you put that little with their little siblings and take them, they're still going to fill that role.
Yeah.
And so if you take them and just one-on-one, they get to experience like feeling like, I don't have any responsibilities here. My only responsibility is to have fun with this person. So no, we do, but it's hard. We've matched twins before, and it's just like, one of you is going to get matched before the other one. Yeah. And I always say to them, like, it's better to have the right big than a big right now. So it doesn't mean that, your sister is better than you. It just means that a big came along, that they're going to be better, and we are looking for the perfect big for you.
Right.
So it is hard. I mean, but we definitely I think Clara and I, when a sibling gets matched, it kind of in our minds pushes that other one like, oh, we really want to get them matched.
I think it's better that they're all separated, because it's like, at the end of the day, you might be trying to get away from your sister.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If I had a twin, can I get some alone time, please?
Yeah, I mean, we do. We tell our littles too when we're matching them, like, this is your big, so don't ask for your neighbor to come or your cousin to come or your sister to come.
Right.
They're yours, so you get to be selfish with them.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's all kinds of liability things. That's like when you match a child, like they're matched to that person. Everything that we've talked about, everything we've all agreed to, is that they will be with that big. So we do have those kind of strict rules as far as like, it's just you. I mean,
you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. In today's world.
Yeah.
Especially.
But like, let's say you're matched. Let's say, Corey, you were matched, and you could take your little, well, we have 90 days that you can't take them to your house, just so you can kind of get acquainted and everyone getting comfortable. And then at 90 days, if everyone is comfortable, then that's allowed. But like, just they kind of can be absorbed into your life, where like they become part of a part of your family, like a cousin or something to your kids, and they get to hang out with them and hang. And then there are times I was matched with a little, and I would ask her, some days I'd be like, this week, do you want like me and you time, or do you want family time? And it could go either way, but it was always really fun to see her with my kids, because she was an only child, and just to watch her like playing with them and like being very playful with them, that was really fun to see. But there are times when she's like, I just want to be with you, and she usually had something to tell me, like something important to tell me that she wouldn't have felt comfortable talking to me about
See, that's where like I'm waiting a little bit till my kids get a little older,
Yeah.
and then I think Kristen and I are gonna
Yeah.
explore it.
Yeah. I think it's important for it to be
Yeah.
the right time. I truly
Yeah.
do. I think it's good and it's
So,
important.
how do you become a big?
So you just you can get online and do that. And then I'll get a notification, or you can email me too,
And then
and
you
I
guys
can help
kinda
you.
take it from
Yep,
there.
Yep.
Do all the background checks and
Yeah.
everything.
So I'll tell you a little bit about the process. Something that we've added that's really cool is an on-demand info session. So people would be interested, and then I would get a hold of them and be like, come in, I'll talk to you about it, or I'll call you. And they were
Right.
like, no, that's like a lot. You know, it
Yeah.
felt like a lot. And so we just tracked a lot of like, where did our volunteers fall off? And that was one of the places that they fell off a lot. And so we offer a on-demand info session now. So they can just go to YouTube, watch the info session, do a summary
yeah.
showing that and I mean, our volunteer numbers are really on the rise. We are busy with
That's good.
Yeah.
processing volunteers. It's so good. And so that's been huge. And we've just been doing that for a couple months. So anyway, that gives you all the
Right.
information. It takes
You
about
don't
a
feel
half
the
an
pressure
hour.
to talk to
Right,
somebody yet.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like an online interview that takes about 45 minutes to complete, and it does some digging. We want to get to know your personality. We
For
want to get
sure.
to know that, make sure you're a safe person.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then we
Is
do
that with you guys?
No, that's just online.
Oh, okay.
So the first time that we would have to meet you, if you don't want to meet us until then, you can meet us at any time, but you can come in the office. But we do a home visit. And so we always say
Okay.
like the home visit, we're not like making sure that you're like, you have like Tanner level of style.
Well, yeah, Tanner's house.
mean-
I mean,
but,
my house looks atrocious compared to Tanner's.
but so we're not looking for that. We're just making sure it's a safe space.
Yeah.
If people have firearms and they have it locked up in
Yeah.
their closet upstairs in their master bedroom, I have to go up with them to their closet in their master bedroom just to check it out to make sure it is
Yeah.
locked up in the way they say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big piece of that. And then we sit and have another talk, and I ask them more questions, or Clara asks some more questions, and we and then we do some training. They're just
Yeah.
like, hey, what do we do if this situation or this situation? We talk through situational questions with them. Just let them know that we're always there, because we're certainly not going to cover every situation, because we still get situations that we've never dealt with, that we have to reach out to someone in Kansas City and say like, oh, how should we help them through this?
Yeah.
But so, and then the home visit, and then we kind of compile everything with the references. So, if they've been a youth group leader in the last 5 years, we have to get a reference from that. We have to get a significant other reference if you're not applying as a big couple. If you're a big couple, it has to be another family reference. And so anyway, there's just those
Yeah.
things. I would say from the time that like we get in touch with you about your info session, we try to get you matched within a month.
Oh, wow.
But right now we have like a lot happening, but I think we're still doing pretty well of keeping it within that month to get matched. Sometimes we have a big that we're like, we don't really have any littles. We went through like a big rush of bigs after the world opened up back up after COVID, and we had like several at that last like half of 2020, and we were like processing little girls really fast. So we would have little sisters for all of the big sisters that were coming through, because we had a really big rush of that. That's the only time we've really had that to be like, okay, you're processed, the big is processed and ready, but we don't have a little for them. That's very rare, because we usually have about 20, 30 littles on our waiting list.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah. So once they made it through the process, we send you that summary of that little, and then we do the meet where Clara and I are trying to make you guys talk. And then you take them. Like literally,
Right.
It's like, goodbye. You just, there
All
you
right.
go.
Bye-bye.
We
See
give
ya.
you coupons and say like, oh, have fun. And it's fun. It's a fun night.
Awesome.
So at that point, do they just kind of make their own schedule? Like, I'm going to meet with you on this day every week.
Yeah. So so from that point out, we are kind of out on the
And then
scheduling,
do
unless
they
there's
check
an
in
issue.
with you guys, or
We have something called match support, and it is, it's a mandate from national. So we have to talk to our matches, our first year matches once a month. So,
Okay.
and we ask them questions like,
how's it going?
How's it going?
Yeah.
What was the last thing you did? Have you spent time in their home? Who was there? How long were you there? How often are you getting together? And then we ask questions like, what's something that you think your little could do better at? What is something that you you admire about your little or your big or whatever, whoever we're talking to. We ask those relational type of questions and development questions. Is there any needs that you see that we could help as big brothers, big sisters? So yes, we reach out to them, and then it's quarterly for the rest of the match.
That's awesome.
And then, but I mean, we're just always available if there's any questions at all. So with scheduling, it's some people, they meet every week the same time. Some people, they go week to week and decide what they're going to do depending on what things are happening in their lives that week. We as an agency try to do at least one fun free thing a month.
I would say, do you ever do like meetups with other bigs and stuff?
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. We did a Mustangs game last week together.
Oh, cool. Fun.
Yeah, we have like Tanner. You don't think that's cool?
Ask Tanner where we went last week.
I went to a baseball game last week, so
fun.
Not the Royals.
It wasn't the Royals.
We went to
Mudcats.
Chillicothe Mudcats.
Yeah.
I'm my Milo. He's 9. He played ball this year, and I'm not a sporty girl. My husband is and he loved baseball and very into it, and so he's just living the best life.
Oh,
with
yeah, for
just
sure.
So we but it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun watching him play ball. But we have right now we have Royals tickets for our matches if they want them. We usually have an invitation to the Chiefs camp for a VIP tent. We have
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we have I don't know, lots and lots of different opportunities.
Soon.
Yeah. It's lots and lots of different opportunities for our matches, but we as an agency tried to do one thing. Like last month, Alchemy Tea Company let us have a tea tasting, which was so much fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we went.
That's Kristen works down there part-time.
Yeah, so it was so much fun. They Chris read this book about the T-Rex, TEA Rex. And then they had one of those inflatables come in and crash the party. It was so much fun.
That is fun.
Yeah, so we try to do things like that. We do things with the library as far as they have so many cool extra activities that they do. What else have we done? Just open gym nights. We've painted in the park. We've had the museum also does a lot of stuff with us. They did a Native American beading lesson, and then they got to look around the Native American museum. They opened the Wyeth Tootle Mansion for us to have a party there. So we were playing video games in the Wyeth Tootle Mansion while people were looking around at the bear, and so it was so much fun. So
that is cool.
Yeah, a lot of our littles just don't know what there is to offer in our community. We've gotten tickets for the Civic Arena, and those kids who've never been this is in our town. We have this in our town, and I don't know if my kids have ever been to the Civic Arena, to be honest with you, but we have stuff like that. So we try to take the pressure off at least once a month for our bigs to not have to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's really the little stuff of just hanging out that really makes a difference. Because when we ask our littles, hey, what's your favorite thing? It's usually just I don't know. I like eating at their house. I like hanging out with their dog. I like, those are the memories that stick with them more than the big things that we plan for them or the big things that they planned. It's just the day to day.
It's probably the consistency too for them of having that figure in their life that maybe they don't have or is missing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have an event on August 2nd over at our dental clinic behind Starbucks. So if any bigs want to bring their littles,
that'd be great.
We have Casey Wolf from the Chiefs
is coming.
and Bounce Houses, Kona Ice, and
bubble,
a 3D chalk artist. Drawing the ocean on the parking lot.
So just send me the info, and we have we have a Bigs of the Joe page that we try to put
post stuff
that are happening in the community, and then we can email them about.
Okay, we'll send
that
it
sounds
to
great.
you for sure.
Okay, cool.
Because we do stuff
August
all the
2nd?
time.
Cool.
Yeah, in the evening time.
Yeah.
So it's during the week because it's hard to get people on the weekends. But I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, please do.
So
I don't know that we have an event on August. I don't know that we have an event that we are doing in August. Maybe we could feature that, and that could be our
because everything's gonna be free.
Cool. Yeah.
The snow cones are free and everything.
What day of the week is that?
I think
it's a Wednesday,
Okay.
like a 5 to 7 type of thing.
Maybe I'll talk to Claire about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the information.
Yeah.
We've been planning it for a while, and finally got Casey Wolf to commit to it because it's the first week of training camp, so it's kind of hard to get them.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
exciting.
I'll send it to you.
Cool.
Do you guys take sponsorships? How do you raise
Absolutely.
money for this?
So we have a few fundraisers that we do every year. We have a lot of impact sponsors, and they are sponsors. I think we just started the impact sponsorship last year, and I really wanted just like 2, so it wouldn't be embarrassing, you know. And we had got 10 last year.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, and we have 12 this year. So it's awesome that they have given us a certain amount of money for the year, and then they're featured at all of our events. So we have a golf tournament. And then we also have different sponsorship levels for each one of these things. So we have a golf tournament. We just did our 5K, which is our 3rd year. And we had 130 registered, which is great.
Dang.
Great number for us.
Yeah, that's really good.
We raised $18,000. I think our first year we raised maybe $4,000. So it's been like really great growth for our 5K. Yeah. And then we have coming up now is our Bowl for Kids' Sake is on August 4th. It's our only peer-to-peer fundraiser of the year. So we ask people to be captains of a team of 6, and then they peer-to-peer fundraise. So we give them we give them their own website that we put together, and all they have to do is share it, and people give on it, so we keep track of who's given. So with your team of 6, we ask for you to try to raise $600, and then the bowling part of it, which can be confusing, but it's just the party that we're throwing you for raising money. So we just had a kickoff for that as a music bingo night, just to say, like, for me to talk about it a little bit, because I do think the concept can be kind of confusing. People are like, I don't bowl, or are the kids bowling? It's like, no, it's a party.
Yeah.
It's raising money and then throwing you a party. That's what it should be called. You're raising money and we're throwing you a party. Yeah. So our goal for that is like 45,000, which is a high goal for this year. I think we raised, remember, 30 something last year. So
that's awesome though.
But we're like at 20,000 for that already. So
well, yeah, dang.
Yeah. So we just need captains, depending on when this comes out. It may be late for that, but we just are always looking for captains of teams, and then just business sponsors. We try to have levels for every level of sponsorship. So if you have a boutique downtown, you can sponsor the 5K for $150. If you have a big business, you can be a $3,000 impact sponsorship. We try to have like levels so that everyone can be involved in some way.
I'll have to get that stuff from you too.
Yeah, get that too.
In an email, because we do all the sponsorships here.
Yeah, awesome.
How many bowling teams can there be? Is there a limit?
So
there's only so many lanes. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
We will just do as many as we need to.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a cap. So we have never done more than. Well, I'm not going to say never. Since I've been there, I've been around for 4 years, and we've never done more than one. But I'm thinking, this year I'm really hoping to have at least 2 rounds of bowling. So we have like free food, free beer, fun stuff.
Do you ever have people that just donate? Like, is there a donate button on the website?
Oh, we also have yes, there is. We have a really cool program called the Matchmakers, and you can give. It's one of those things that it takes out of your bank account monthly. So we have
so you
people
can give consistently, or like a one time or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. With the Matchmaker, like you can. I would say our average gift for a matchmaker is $25 a month, but we have people who give $5 a month. We have someone who gives $100 a month. So that's so nice to have that consistent. Like, we know this money is going to be coming in. So so that's a great way. And we also have bins around town that people can donate clothes to.
Same.
Yeah,
those are new.
Well, they're rebranded, and we have more now.
Oh, they're more noticeable.
Yeah. And so
there's one right over here at Price Chopper now.
Yeah, that is brand new here. So the cool thing about that is that you can donate pretty much anything that you can fit in like a kitchen size trash bag, like clothes, shoes, like soft items and household items that will fit in the bins. You don't want if you lay them outside of there. So help me. So we send that, that gets sold to Savers, and then we get the money that the Savers pays us for that stuff, and that goes directly into our budget. Like Kansas City does this, and it's a huge part of their budget. We have there's a lot of bins in this town.
Oh, there is.
It's like they're popping up everywhere, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, that's just know if you donate to a Big Brothers Big Sisters bin, that money is directly going into our budget. Yeah, which is not a big budget. We are very we're careful with what we have.
Well, and it's just, you said like 2 of you on staff.
There's 2
for the St. Joe office.
Yeah, there's 2 full-time.
So it's a small team.
Yeah, it's a small team, and we're careful with what we buy. We get a lot of donations and things like that. So it makes a huge difference to us. It really does. So your donations to those bins are, really helps. It doesn't, so I know it's sometimes hard to seek one of those out when there's another one closer, but we have a list of those on our website as well.
I'm glad
those locations. There's like,
I've started taking mine to those this year, but The one at Price Chopper is even better.
Oh yeah, just a
Because
super
I'm
easy one.
here and at Price Chopper
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there'll probably be a bag in there for me every month.
I'll look through them. I'm just kidding. I don't look through them.
I'll label it Corey's stuff.
I think the cool thing about the program is that it's a small thing that makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at like the mental health of kids, they say the one thing is an adult. The one thing that makes a difference, the most difference, is having a caring adult in their life. We don't make any, you know, we don't say like it's Big Brothers Big Sisters doing it all. You know, we're a part of it. We're a part of a community of teachers and parents and cousins, and but it, you know, it is a really cool thing for them to have a big that they know that they can reach out to if they're struggling.
Absolutely.
They know that the big is gonna like look at them enough one-on-one to know like there's been a slight change in them. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. You know, is this puberty or is this something else that's going on? And so that's so huge. It's such a like, you know, mental health and trauma care is so important for our youth, and I think it's something that's a huge thing to wrestle.
Yeah.
But it's an easy thing to do, is just as a person, one person, just hang out with a little, and that really is truly the thing that you can do to really make a difference in that, and you know, put a dent in this thing that we're all trying to figure out how to wrestle.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, I think it's amazing, and thank you guys for all the stuff that you do for the community and how you're helping. And anybody listening or watching later on to this episode, get a hold of them, figure out how you can get involved if you're interested. Your guys' office is downtown, right?
Yes, we are at 625 Francis, just kind of catty corner to the Felix Street Square. We have like our windows are beautifully wrapped now.
Is that a new office?
Yeah. So we've kind of
Tanner
bounced
wants
around.
A tour.
Yeah, I want to go in.
Please come.
He's gonna judge your interior design.
No, I'm not. I won't.
I mean, it is paneling that's been painted, but we've done our best.
I have painted paneling, painted paneling in my home. Not by choice, but
you know, it's just what you got to do.
It is what it is. Hey,
but we love our little office. We love it's a great spot. I had my first. We've been there since November, and I had my first home visit where I was like, "Where'd you hear about Big Brothers Big Sisters?" Like, I drove by your office. I'm like,
yes, it's working.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the windows and stuff.
Because like you know, doing that kind of thing is a process with designing them and then like getting, you know, having it done and all, and then just, you know, earmarking the funds. We had, you know, making a grant application, you know, United Way did, you know, is paying for that for us after we did presentations about why it's important. And so yeah, it's a big process to see it and it works, you know. It's like, but yeah, just to be a place where people know if they have a kid in their life that they feel like would benefit from it. It's not just volunteers, you know. We focus a lot on volunteers because the littles come pretty easily, but we want the littles to know too, like we're here, and we've also tried to make it a space where our matches can come and hang out, that our littles feel comfortable.
Yeah,
you know, we have like a room in there that they can do their homework, that we have games and things like that. So. Yeah, it's a space that we're really, really loving. We've kind of bounced around while we've been here for, I think, 16 years now, but we've kind of bounced around. And since I've been hired, we've had a lot of like changes with leadership and things like that. So it feels at this point like we're at a really good spot of like we've caught we got our footing, you know, and it's like we're ready to spring off.
It's a little more out there now than it used to be.
Yeah. And I think a lot, you know, as we were trying to do that, then COVID happened, and then it just, the whole thing changes, and, you know, our leadership changed, and you know, I was on staff, and being an executive director was never something that I thought I would want to do.
Right.
But, you know, I love this organization, and it was needed. So I was able to step in, and I have an amazing board that has really helped me and help me navigate that. You know, I've read books, Executive Directors for Dummies or whatever. So I do feel like, you know, like, yeah, I feel good about this. I feel confident about where we are as an agency. I feel like we're in a great location. I feel good about how the community is supporting us. I feel good. I feel good about our board, who are just great people that are willing to help out. Busy, great, wonderful people that are just like willing to help out, which is so good. So yeah, it just feels like a really good place. And now our hope is just to keep growing in numbers, you know, keep just to help as many littles as we possibly can. So yeah,
That's awesome.
Feels good.
That's awesome. I think you've provided a lot of good information today.
Yes.
Thank you for
I
having
think people
me.
in the community will really listen, and hopefully you get some bigs
Yeah, that'd be
out of-
awesome.
out of doing the episode with us. And we'll also clip some stuff and put it on social media and
Awesome.
be sure to share it with you and everything
Very
too.
cool.
But yeah, thanks for coming on. Is there anything else you want to say or leave people with before you go?
Gosh, that's a lot of pressure.
I know.
I don't know. I feel pretty good about. I think
Yeah.
I've said everything that I thought I
Maybe
should
next
say.
time you come over, Tanner will be a big by then.
Oh, and you could tell your story.
We'll try to campaign.
I'll send you the link for the info session. No pressure.
All right.
Just
Send
watch
to me.
it. And then I'll send you like all the stories on YouTube of like that'll make you cry about how
Or
much
just
these
pressure
pigs-
Caleb into doing it so that you have more alone time.
Hey, there you go.
Just kidding.
No, I'm kidding. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of The Pod presented by Northwest Health Services. Thank you to Cheyenne from Big Brothers Big Sisters of St. Joseph. All their information will be linked down below in the description, and be sure to follow them on social media and reach out if you want to be a big. So thanks for being here. That's awesome.
Yes,
Thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Bye,
Right.
everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.